Welcome, guys, to the fourth episode of Podcast
Yup.
Idea. Here right now is me, Nick,
David?
David, of course, and our guest, Alexander. So, yeah, let's start. Alex, please tell us who you are and what you're known for.
Okay.
Okay, that was
What I'm known for. Okay,
Wait, that was too
I'm known
formal.
for a lot of things. I'm known as Snack Man by some people.
No.
I'm also known as working as the coordinator for Hvitfeldtska elevkår, which is probably the thing you meant.
Okay, yeah, it's more or less, yeah. I mean, I remember Parkour Boy and like Taekwondo guy. Yeah, okay. Uh, Moving on. What is a love core? Tell us.
Well, elevkår is basically not really a student union, but
It is, right?
kinda a student union. It's just that we have maybe a bit more power than most student unions because we talk directly to the board of school. We're the ones that plan all the parties at Hvitfeldtska. We're basically a group of 8 people that are, that have been chosen by the members of the school, and then by the previous like valberedning, which are like the people that put the 8 people on the board. And then
All right.
we just kind of try to help the students as much as possible.
What else do you do except for parties? Host parties.
We're actually starting now. We have a project called Aldrig Själv, which is about mental health.
Oh, okay, just translate that for us.
Never alone.
Never alone. Okay.
Never alone. So it's a project that will kind of bring mental health forward, and like downsides. We're trying to like work on that, like show that we're not only there for the parties and the candy rains. We're also trying to do serious stuff. We also bring in like lecturers that can talk about different things.
Nice. Um, One of the main reasons I actually got you here to talk about this is because at least looking from the outside, I can see very like similarities and various things that you could use to practice because you manage a lot of people being there, like, especially your position because you're like the coordinator, right? So you, if you could just before I keep going, explain your role. Well, what do you actually do there as coordinator?
As coordinator, I'm the one that kind of does all the planning, and then for the things that require a lot more help, for example, the selling of tickets or trying to set up the aula or stuff like that, I actually have a group of people that I'm like that I call serviceutskottet.
Okay, so service, right?
Yeah, service. And their job is basically to help the board with whatever they need. So my job is to manage them, choose the ones that need to be there, what time, what they have to do. So I'm kind of like, so I do all like the practical planning and then a bunch of like backbone work.
All right, yeah, that makes sense. So the parallel that I wanted to build with this is that like you're, it's pretty much a manager position, but even though you're still in school, right? So well, why don't you go a little bit uh, on about why you actually chose to be there? Like what was it just to be known for that? Was it because it seemed fun, or was it because you wanted to practice something like that, or you found interesting? Give us some insight.
Well, I started working in service, like basically on the first, second day of this, I got into Vitvalskas High School. And then I started talking to the guy that was before me. His name was like Eskil. He was the coordinator. And I thought that it looked really fun to be a part of it. So I was like, oh, wait, okay, I'll try to join in and everything because it looked like they had a really good time. And also, it looks really good on your university application because even though planning on studying in Sweden, if I choose to go outside the country, having stuff like that on like the resume as a student
Yeah.
is really appealing for universities.
All right, makes sense. David, what do you think?
I have just a question or to clarify for those people who don't know how it works. How do you like? Where does the financing come from? How does this? Who, like, pays for the stuff?
That is a magnificent question to ask. Sadly enough,
Nice.
The guy in charge of our economics isn't here, but I know some parts. For example, depending on the percentage amount of members we have in the school, because we're a part of something called Sveriges elevkårer,
Mhm.
and we are one of the bigger elevkår. So depending on the percentage of like school students that are members, you get different types of fundings for your elevkår by Sveriges elevkårer. And then I'm not sure, so don't like take my word like it's not set in stone because I'm not really sure where all the money comes from. But I think we have like sponsors,
Mhm.
for example, like the vending machines by 24/7 vending. That's like from us that we have like a connection
Okay, so
with
you
them.
did that.
Yeah, so that's elevkåren.
Uh-huh.
So it's like I think that we have sponsors as well,
Okay.
but I'm not 100% sure. But
But does the government like pay the
Or,
school
or
anything, or like
I
the
or
think
Eliav
like
core?
through taxes, because like the school is free, right? So people
I
pay
think
through
we
taxes.
get some money from the school. I'm not
Okay.
sure, but I think so.
Mhm.
But I have no idea how much. But we also like, for example, because every year we go plus minus 0 kroner.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Because, for example, yeah, we get in some money like when we have parties.
Yeah,
But
but
then
it's
we
non-profit, right?
yeah,
But
but
the
then we
students
spend
pay
money for
for the
something else. Yeah,
tickets, right? Okay.
students pay for the tickets, for the party, and then if we have some money over after that and all the money, we go. It still goes back to the members because we do different stuff. We've had lectures because that's not like free to get people coming. Movie nights, candy rains. For example, we had something called Poengjakten for the year
Mhm.
ones,
Okay.
and it's funding that and stuff like that. It's also coming
So
from
like activities and stuff.
yeah, trying to make the school year and like the 3 years to go to high school in Sweden like enjoyable for the students.
Suck less.
Yeah, kinda.
Nice.
But like, is everything in school? Like, for example, movie night and stuff. Is that in school?
Yeah, the movie nights in school.
Okay, but like parties, can it be at someone's like place, like house, or is
No,
it
for
only?
It's like event
parties we
venues, right?
actually go to. For example, we have the kickoff,
Mhm.
and that was at Trädgården.
Okay,
We have
so you rent
Julfesten.
places.
Yeah, we rent places. We,
Okay.
we rent big nightclubs. For example, our prom is going to be at Valand.
Mhm.
We have Studentfesten at Lindholmen, like things like
Cool.
And because like I said, you're managing a lot of people, and it's very similar to a real job as like a coordinator, right? Would you see yourself doing something similar in the future? Because I've known you for a while, and I know you want to do more on the medicine side. But even besides that, like, would you see yourself doing or being in that position as a career path or a side hustle, anything?
that. I could, yeah. Like it's not an impossible future. But like you said, I'm interested in going into medicine. But if that doesn't pan out or work out, or I like become interested in something else, I can definitely see myself trying to go for like a manager type of role or like education.
And well, again, besides Madison, what areas are you interested on that could fall into this category? Even school? Could you tell me anything? Should
What,
I?
like, what do you mean though?
No, I mean like another career path.
Oh, okay. Maybe I don't know though, but I've looked into like lumpen, the military draft that Sweden has.
Okay.
So I might do a year there, and like if it's fun, you might you might continue there. Who knows? Like it all depends on like because I still have 2 more years of high school because I just
Understood.
I dropped out
Yeah.
of IB. Um, so it depends on what I feel like doing after I graduate high school
Mhm.
because medicine is like 5.5 6 years just education.
Yeah. And why did you choose that? Madison, I mean.
I don't know. It's always seemed fun to me. Like I always find it interesting, like how the human body works, and then
Okay.
I've seen like I don't know, like I've actually like seen operations and stuff like that in real life, and for me, find it really interesting just seeing how it all works and just like being able to like help someone, like look like
Yeah. Yeah. Just helping people.
yeah.
Coming back to the Eliav core thing, when did you join it, or like when did you become a member?
Well, I became a member of Elevkåren the first day of high school,
Mm-hmm.
but I became a member of the board in March because that's when we changed the board. So the
Okay.
board sits for 1 year, and then a new board is voted in.
Okay. But like, did you know like how it was before, or is it like did you think that it was like going to be bad, and that's why you wanted to join to like make a change, to make it like good, or was it just like just wanted to continue because I know you were in the student government,
Yeah.
ISGR,
Well,
so
I thought it was elevkåren. For me, as an outsider at the time, it felt like they were doing a really good job. I liked it, so I was like, okay, I want to try to continue doing this. Like I said before, like my predecessor,
Mhm.
Eskil, he kind of like built up, said you should really do this, and I thought that looked fun. So I was like, yeah,
is it similar to student government?
no, not at
Not
all,
at all.
not at all. There's so much more like work to, but like maybe on a weekly basis, right, daily basis, I maybe spend an hour and a half, 2 hours on quota.
Wow.
Okay, and what is your daily operations? What do you do? Do you plan stuff with the other members? Do you do other things that are not as obvious, I guess, to other people looking from the outside?
I think it has a bunch of things that aren't that obvious
Okay,
to other people.
like
Can't
what?
go, I can't go into like a lot of things because some things are like
Secret. And
yeah, like
yeah.
more like confidential.
What can you tell us?
Um, maybe now like during especially now would be a good time. Maybe during the first week, the year ones came, getting everybody to come to like guide them around or like getting all the salespeople and stuff. It takes work because I then go like to individual people say like, hey, will we be able to do this? So like kind of like getting people to join in and like wanting to actually be active in the school and not just come, go to school, go home. Like wanting them to like want to help out. So on maybe the first day for me, what people maybe don't like realize is that we do our presentation, but then we also run around the school fixing things that maybe aren't working. For example, if the music breaks down, that falls on us. Then we have to run. If things like membership cards run out, it's so we do a lot of things that people don't expect us to do. For example, with Poengjakten, we packed every single piece of candy for the winners. So I think we had like 30, 35 kilos of total for the people that won. We sat there on our free time and we started packing the candy. And like all the goodie bags we gave out on the first day, we sat there, we packed it, we did. So
Yeah,
we
you
do a
do all
lot.
the work.
We do all the work that people don't think that we actually do.
Okay, you don't get other people to do that for you.
No.
Okay, yeah, understood. That makes sense. But I was gonna ask you a question. Yeah, wait, I'm getting back to it. David, do you have anything else? For
No,
Electro?
nothing to
No?
add.
No.
Oh yeah, wait, is it the same for IB and like the non-IBers?
Yeah, it's the same board.
Okay, yeah.
Actually, because last year our president was IB3,
Okay.
so it's every single student in school is allowed to apply, and then it's voted upon with
Mhm.
valberedningen, and then they see which eight people would fit best and where they would fit.
By the way, do you have like same classes with like is like IB and the non-IB section like combined in some way, or is it like totally different?
what do you mean by classes?
The pre-IB can share some
Lectures or
classes.
classes.
Oh, okay.
Like pre-IB students can have like Spanish
Mhm.
with maybe samhälle och naturare.
Mhm.
But after in IB 2 and 3, they're completely separate.
Okay.
But it's mostly because they study in English as well as they have harder. They
Okay.
do a lot more than most typical Swedish
Okay.
like programs.
But the Lev code is the same because it's the
And
same
of
school.
course for every single student.
All right, cool.
And yeah, I remember my question now. I remember helping you a little bit when you asked me for the Levcore, especially on the sales
Yeah.
for the tickets, right? So if you could just explain a little bit more, like how that works, because you use like these like iZettle and those things, and I mean, do you enjoy managing people that like help you sell the tickets? Like, cause I think I've spoken before here in the podcast that I myself I really enjoyed when we had like bake sales in school and all that stuff. I don't know your outlook on sales and like on the tickets, or are you more focused on just getting people to join the group, or how does that work?
Well, during sales, I'm quite focused on making sure that nothing goes wrong and that the people that are selling have it easily and they enjoy themselves. For example, you remember you were with on the waffle day.
I do. Yeah, you had a waffle day.
Yeah, we had the waffle day and like made like not only that the people Helming had fun, but like we think that you guys also had some fun, like
Yeah,
doing
for
the
sure,
selling.
for sure. We were making waffles for like random people.
Yeah.
I got a shirt as well. Yeah, I kind of didn't get the shirt. I just
You kind of just brought it
I
home.
just brought it home.
Yeah. Yeah, but so it's actually kind of I like seeing being able to manage, like make sure that everything goes right. But when we're not selling the tickets or when we're not like doing waffle day or some stuff like that, I find it quite important that we build up because they are helping a lot service. So then when nothing's happening, I find it important to be able to recruit people in that I think are going to be willing to help.
All right, that makes sense. Yeah, man. Nice. Okay, I had some things that I actually wanted to speak to you about. Um, first one was Elevcore and like how that could be like good for your future, as in practice and all that. But also, one thing that we actually wanted to talk about. This is in another note, right? Completely separate. Well, mostly separate. And that was motivation. I think we're. I've been speaking to David about this for a while, but I wanted to know what your guys' outlook is on motivational content, and if you watch any of that, if you think that's cool, or well, what do you think? Maybe David, you start us off.
I mean, motivational content. Um, I think motivation, like if you want to be a motivational speaker and stuff, I think that comes with experience. I
do
think
agree.
you
Yeah.
have to like experience a lot of things before you can like motivate people, in the in a good way, almost because if you don't have the experience, you don't really know what you're talking about. And I think it's better if you're like experienced and then it comes like that you become a motivational speaker as well. But I don't think I don't think it could be like a job, like being a motivational speaker.
Or like a goal. For
Yeah,
yourself,
exactly.
Right?
I
Yeah,
think it comes
I
with
agree.
experience.
Yeah. Well, what do you think, Alex? Do you know about this, like, at all?
Yeah, like I've actually been to some motivational speakers in my free time, like seen them, and it has a bunch to do with what they've gone through in life. Because often the best like motivational speakers aren't the people that have been succeeding every single time they've tried something. It's often the ones that have failed the biggest and then made
Yeah,
it back.
that is true. That is true.
I think they are the best motivational speakers
Yeah.
because if you fail and you manage to come back, you know what it takes to succeed.
Yeah, and you might even be better because you have more incentive to get better,
Yeah,
right? Because you failed.
you have a completely different mentality going into something than someone that's never failed.
Yeah, that is for sure.
And does this actually help you guys? Like, if when listening to this, does it motivate you?
Look, personally, it does, but I do agree with the stance that if you watch too much of it, you end up not doing because then you're wasting your time just on
Yeah,
that,
agreed.
right?
And is it more long term, like the motivation, or is it only short term? Like,
Well,
okay,
what do
you're
you mean by that?
motivated. Like, if you watch a motivational
Short
speech,
term,
uh,
100%.
it's like, does it last 24 hours, or like it's like okay, you can go on for like a year doing this?
No, like it depends on the motivation that I hear, right?
Three hours.
10 hours.
Okay,
You go out of a motivational speaking session, you're like, all right, I'm going to do this. You go home, you put it on Netflix, you're like, tomorrow.
Yeah,
And then you just continue like that until you see something else motivational. You're like, I'll do it. You do something for like 10 minutes. YouTube. And yeah, that's how
Okay.
motivational speakers
no,
work for
but
me.
why? Well, why do you think that, Alex? Is there any specific reason? Do you
Are you
not
just
do you think
lazy?
it just doesn't work for you? Well, what do you think?
I think I need to see an incentive in the end. I need to see a prize. Like, it doesn't have to be like a gold medal or something, but I have to see something
Like a reward?
Yeah, like a reward. So, like for studying, I know that's gonna reward me in the future, but sitting down and just like opening up, for example, like a physics book, you're gonna just like you sit there, you watch it, and you're like, okay, I'll do my best now. I'll see what I can do. But then after maybe like an hour, 2 hours of working, you're like, well, fuck, I don't want to do anything else.
No, but I'm guessing. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. That is different with the left core, right? because in that case, I'm guessing you like it because you still do it. You
Yeah.
don't have to do it, right? When you do work for that, you feel better. Is it like, because like for me, when I'm working on something I actually like to work on, it feels like leisure as well. So a lot of people may look from the outside and think, oh yeah, he doesn't stop working, or like why is he working when he could be doing other stuff? I don't know, right?
Yeah.
That's more common for leisure. I don't
Yeah,
know.
no,
Whatever it is. Like, do you have that same feeling?
absolutely. Because, like, for example, like you said, the physics is like, I don't want to do this. But if I, for example, open up like a math book or chem book or like biology book, I'm like, I could do this for a while.
No, but I mean, not
But-
only school, but like
No, yeah,
anything.
but like training as well. Like if you enjoy doing it, you can. I could do it for ages. So like when I do my taekwondo training, it might just take a 2 hour training can feel like 15 minutes.
What I think about this is if your motivation only lasts a short term or like a short period, then it's not for you. I think motivation, I think you need it in the beginning to start. It's like, okay, I want to do this. I've never done it before. So it sounds cool. I have the motivation. I'm gonna do it. And then it might be like working out. You go to the gym first time. It's like, okay, it's okay. Go maybe second, max third time, and you're still like, oh, this sucks. And it's not meant for you. But if after like the first or second or third training, you're like, okay, this is actually pretty cool. Like to do it. I think it's meant for you, and you got the motivation in the beginning, and then yeah,
Well,
Yeah,
I don't agree with you there.
you don't.
No, because you do need motivation in the beginning.
Yeah.
But I actually believe that if you do start something, or this isn't gonna be the fun, but I'll try it out anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But then you enjoy it, you'll still like, oh wow, this was fun, so I'll continue doing it.
Yeah.
You don't need to go in with something like having, I'm motivated for this,
Mm-hmm.
because you can be like highly motivated for something, and it sucks, and you're like, I don't want to do this. But you can be like, oh, this is gonna suck. You
Mhm.
do it, and then it surprises you,
Yeah,
and then you
yeah.
become motivated.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
you can
but,
just go, okay, let me just try this out. You
Yeah.
don't need motivation to start it, but I'm just saying,
sure.
if
You
you
need
have,
motivation to continue.
yeah, but
I don't know if I
think
agree with that because
if
like
you have fun like within something, I think that's enough motivation
that
for
should
you.
be motivation
Yeah.
enough for you to continue. I believe that if you have to be pushed all the time
Yeah,
to keep going, then maybe it's
I don't
not
think it's
the
meant
thing
for
for
you.
you.
yeah,
No,
Right?
no. That I like. I understand what you're saying, and I agree with you.
Okay.
Because if it's fun, yeah, that's motivation. But I mean, you don't have to go in thinking that, oh wow, this is gonna turn out so great.
yeah,
Because you can try something, you're like, well, this was fun, so I'll continue
Oh,
doing
that
it.
that I agree with. Yeah.
But because you can go in with something like, I'm gonna do this 100%. You can try it maybe like special training thing for like 2 months, and you're like, well, this sucks.
Yeah,
mm,
but then it's
Then you
just not
shouldn't
for you,
continue.
right?
yeah.
So I think motivation isn't about being like motivated from the beginning. Motivation is about being motivated to stay in something that you believe in.
Mm-hmm. I think there are two types of motivation. One type where you actually get motivated from others, and one type when you get motivated by yourself.
Yeah.
And if you want to
Yes,
start
for
something
sure.
out that you think that you have like low expectations, like okay, or like high expectations, let's say, and you already know it's like you've seen like like videos and stuff. It's like, oh, that seems super boring or something, and you get motivation to start. And it's like, okay, you got motivation from someone else, but if you find us like, hey, this is actually pretty fun, get motivation from yourself. And I think that is key to get motivation from yourself, because
Well-
if you don't get that, it's not gonna last long term.
What about role models? Do you guys have any? Like, wait, do you want to say
I'm
something?
just jump back
No,
into
yeah,
the motivational
yeah,
thing.
keep going.
quickly.
keep going.
I'm just thinking though that if you get motivated to doing something and you do it, and then you kind of drop out of it, but then you actually see someone else doing it, that can motivate you as well. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym. Oh, it wasn't that fun. But then you go with, for example, with a friend, and you're like, and if both of you think it's boring, I think it'll actually, you both will think it's fun because you're not doing it alone.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes when you want to be motivated, it can still be self motivation as long as you don't go at something alone. 'Cause-
Yeah, but that's also, I think you don't get motivated by, it's like, oh, I'm gonna lift some weight.
Yeah.
You get motivated because your friend is there, right?
Yeah, or like,
Yeah. So
now
you
I
need
now
to,
I kind of want to be my friend.
yeah.
Like,
So if you want to like, if you don't like, for example, working out, then you have to find like external like factors. For example, it's like, oh, let me get my friend, because then I'm motivated. I want
But
to meet my
to
friend,
keep yourself accountable, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
do you believe that you need to base yourself or like compare yourself in other people to get motivated, or can you truly be motivated by yourself alone?
I don't think anyone can truly be motivated by themselves.
No, but
'Cause-
like not just by themselves.
No, no,
but I
I-
mean by like either getting motivated by failures or successes, like of your own person, right?
I would like to think that the best motivation a person can get isn't going to a motivational speaker, isn't succeeding anything. It's failing.
Mm.
Because
Oh, that
because
is-
you
yeah.
get this feeling like this feels shit. I don't want to feel like this anymore. And then you get
Yeah.
you get motivation. You're like, I'm gonna do better next time. Like if you, for example, like my first competition, like I lost greatly. Like I sucked. And then you're like, no, I don't want like
That's taekwondo, right?
yeah, like I don't want this. I don't want to feel like this again. Like so, I trained. I became
Well,
better.
get better, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So and then this year I lost to the world champion.
Yeah, that's better than losing to
A random
what?
stranger.
Random
Yeah.
stranger, yeah.
So like
I do
by
agree with
failing, you succeed.
that. Yeah, I think I can insert a quote here that I got from a book. I think it's called the book is called Originals, right? Probably told you guys about this
Yep,
before.
Last
Yeah,
episode.
Wait, did
think.
I?
Pretty
Just
sure.
just say the
No,
goddamn
okay.
quote.
No, I'm not
Second
gonna
or
say it
third.
again.
No, I don't know.
It might
You
be a
talked about
different quote,
originals.
dude.
Yeah.
It's a book.
Yeah, exactly.
Every single sentence is a quote.
Okay, but it's like that.
Like
Yeah.
the entire book is a quote.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Did I actually talk about this last time?
You talked about you mentioned the book. I don't remember what quote you said, but I don't think it's the same.
No,
Yeah.
The one about failures. Right? Was it the same one?
I don't know. I don't
The
remember.
book can mention
No,
failures
okay,
20
yeah,
times,
exactly.
my
Whoever
dude.
is watching, if you watched the last episode and I said that, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna say it again. Okay.
Go ahead, Nick.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Originals are the ones who fail the most because they are the ones who try the most. Did I say the same thing?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But what do you think of that quote?
Wait, say it again.
Originals are the ones that fail the most because they try the most.
Because they're the ones who try the most and end up being the ones who succeed the most.
I wouldn't. I agree with majority, but I wouldn't go to the ones saying that they're the ones that succeed the most. Because you can still be original and
No, but
fail.
yeah, no, but sorry, originals. It's because it's the definition of the book. It doesn't have to. You don't have to be completely original. Originals is just like the
Yeah. Okay.
type of person
Yeah.
they were putting.
So
Yeah,
what
the
they
book,
mean is
right?
the more you try, the more you
The more you
more
fail,
the
the
more
higher
you fail.
chance of success.
Yeah, no, not only that, but like, people that succeed the most are usually fail the most as well, because they tried the most times.
Mm-hmm.
I know it seems counterintuitive, but if
Yeah.
you think about it, it's true, right?
I mean, I would say there's a higher chance since you eliminated, one
Yeah.
aspect. So it's like trial and error.
Game
But
of- game of chance.
yeah, it's
You'll
like
No, but
succeed,
really,
but-
really, like it's well, what that quote is actually saying is that it's not they're special in the sense that they just had more luck and they just succeeded more. It's just that because they tried more, they ended up succeeding more because of that, and
I
they
mean,
end up failing more as well.
Kinda. You
Yeah,
like,
though-
Do you get it?
kinda.
Do you get
Like
it?
I can see like if you look at it as a whole, yeah, it's true. But going into the specifics of the
Yeah.
quotes, no, not
Yeah.
at all.
I don't think it doesn't have to be
Because you can fail
true about everybody,
once and
No, no.
succeed so many times.
Yeah, I mean, just
No,
because
but
I
this is
try
a
like a
type
lot of
this is a type of person, right?
yeah,
That what I think it's trying to get at is that they're not that special. They just tried more times.
mhm. Yeah. I mean, I guess sometimes or like,
Uh-huh.
but if like, for example, I try jumping to the moon or something, crazy. It's like the more I try, it's like
It's
I
not-
might-
You're not gonna.
yeah,
get
I
there.
might get stronger in my legs, by
Yeah.
jumping. I might jump a little bit higher, but like, what are the odds I'm gonna jump to the moon?
The odds of him even jumping up one story
Yeah.
is impossible.
All right.
You
yeah.
know.
Anything
Yeah.
else to add?
No.
No. Because we're coming
Short
up in
break?
a short break.
All right.
You guys won't feel it, but we're gonna be right back.
Feel
Right?
it?
Yeah.
All right. I hope they don't.
Okay, short break. See you guys.
All right,
I hope and that's kiss kiss kiss.
What?
bye. No.
Okay, Guys, can we get the audience some context? What are we talking
yes,
about here?
Disco girls,
Oh my
the
god.
disgrace of humanity.
Why? Okay, first of
Because
all, what is this?
and a kiss, kiss, kiss.
Okay.
Alexander, what is a visco girl?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Save the turtles
Uh,
and hydro flasks and scrunchies.
yep. Scrunchies.
I don't know what's happening, but you guys wanted to talk about TikTok,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Well,
Mhm.
what's your opinion on TikTok? You guys were talking
It's
about
cringe.
ranting on TikTok.
Yeah, it's really cringe.
Why is it?
Because just go on TikTok and you'll see.
You don't even have to
I mean,
go on TikTok. You just have to
yeah.
go on Instagram and someone's reposted a TikTok. You're
Yep.
like,
Yeah, I actually don't
It's a
have
rip-off.
TikTok downloaded.
it's a ripoff of
No.
Vine.
Mhm.
Basically, like Vine is good. TikTok is like the shit you step in.
Okay.
If
but
I like stepped in shit and
Alex,
then
Alex, just
took
give me
it
a
off.
moment. Just give me a moment. Don't you think that because TikTok is so new, it's getting a lot of shit, of course.
Yep.
But at the same time, there's so little competition yet that it could actually be a very good place to start off with.
Dancing? Or what?
No,
dude,
not,
it's music. TikTok
I know.
is
It's
musically renamed.
I know.
Starting off with what?
A
No,
career.
No one-
Dancing career? No,
If
I
you
don't think
become
so.
famous of TikTok, that's no fame that you want to live with.
Yeah.
It depends. It depends. No, really.
I think that
Building a
Ace of
personal
Hearts should
brand.
start a TikTok account,
I think so too. I'd
Yeah.
love to see your
Okay.
TikToks.
and
Okay.
let's see how
Funny
that
enough, I
blows
do
up.
have one.
What?
I've never posted anything.
¿Qué pasa?
No, but wait. What if I told you guys that TikTok may be part of those new social medias that are actually have a lot of organic growth?
Wait,
Okay,
how
wait,
do
wait.
you define a social media?
Yeah.
Because it's like,
Twitter is a
Is-
social media.
yeah,
Yeah.
do you have to be able to communicate on like on a social media, or is it just like, or how? Because TikTok's
Facebook.
not
Also,
really
Steven,
about
why are you
communicating.
asking that?
Vine
Because-
was not a social media. Vine is an
Yes.
entertainment app.
Because look, Snapchat, you can talk to someone, right?
Instagram,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
talk to someone.
Same. Okay.
Facebook, talk
Yeah.
to someone. Vine, you watch funny shit.
Yeah.
TikTok, basically, if
Okay,
Vine stepped in
yeah.
shit.
technically, then YouTube
I mean,
is
you
not
can
a social
DM
media.
and stuff on TikTok, but
No,
You
but
can,
YouTube
but-
is still a social
Can you?
media.
No, shut up.
Guys.
You know where I'm with that.
no.
Of course, YouTube is a video sharing app, but it's still a social media.
But is
Yeah.
it though?
Comments
It
and
is.
stuff.
It is.
I have a comment. Well, no, not really.
No, not just because of comments. I'm
you
pretty
can't
sure it's not.
DM.
Wait,
No,
let
because
me
if
ask,
you send something to someone on
Sebastian.
YouTube, you send them a mail.
can you search it up? What's the definition of social media? You can do it.
Okay.
Okay,
Say hi,
actually,
Sebastian. Say hi.
Instagram and TikTok is kind of the same thing. Because
More.
except that you don't really dance on Instagram, because you can do the same thing. You can DM and stuff. So technically, okay.
Are you guys
Technically-
ready for the
Yes.
definition
Go ahead.
of social media?
Yeah.
Yes. Alright. So, social media are interactive computer-mediated technologies that facilitate the creation of and sharing of information, idea, careers, interest, and other forms of expression via virtual community.
Oh
shit,
shit! TikTok's a
count
social
to-
media.
Yeah,
It is. It is though.
Yeah, but YouTube is when
it's
you
still
do-
cringe.
Yeah, when you yes, TikTok's still really cringe. But when you you
Worse it
can't
is.
you can't DM
is.
someone
What?
on YouTube because when you
Cringe,
send a
yeah.
message to the creator, you actually send them a mail.
Hmm?
Like if you want to send a personal message to a YouTube creator, you're sending them
Yeah,
an
no,
email.
but social media is not all about talking to people. It's about
You-
showing yourself to other people.
Isn't it about communicating?
I thought it was about 100%
Mm.
about communicating.
I don't think it is anymore. It's
Did we just
like,
change the
it is-
definition of social
No, no,
media?
but you just heard the definition of social media,
Yeah.
right? No, but I still believe it's more of a way of sharing than a way of communicating. You can sure communicate, right?
Okay, I'll take that.
But like SMS is not
No,
a social media, right?
I guess
But
not.
What
WhatsApp
about group
is.
chats?
WhatsApp is. Snapchat is.
It's what? Okay.
What about iMessage group chats?
Technically,
Yes.
Yes, because it's still over the internet. If it's SMS, no.
No,
if
but
it's
iMessage.
yeah.
How about WeChat?
Yeah.
What? Okay. Well, what's your guys' take on social media? Then, since we're talking about that, like, do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's a bad thing? Do you think it's in the
I think it's
middle?
good and bad.
Okay, why?
Good in the way that you can like share like shit that happens in your life, right? You can post pictures and stuff.
No, yeah, no
Videos.
shit. Wait, what is so funny, Alex?
Well, it's good because you can have like communicating on a different level. Like I now
Yeah.
have contact with my friends that live in South Africa,
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
which
yeah.
I couldn't have before.
Exactly.
But there is the addiction factor to social
Exactly.
media.
Exactly.
Like you
That's
post
the bad
something,
part.
you're addicted to like, oh, I gotta get as many likes as possible.
Mhm.
Majority, like not everyone. Like
I think that is a big problem, and
Yo,
I
guys-
actually support like pushing for
Have-
having no.
Yeah, have you
likes and
heard
stuff.
that Instagram might, or wasn't it in like some country that they already
Yeah,
did that?
Australia,
Like yeah,
I think,
Australia
right?
or New Zealand
Yeah,
or something
yeah.
that they don't
tried
have.
it. They don't have likes anymore.
Did they try it for like a period or not at
I
all?
don't know. I don't.
What do you
remember.
guys think of that?
I like it.
Yeah, I like
me
it too.
Me too. I used
think
to
it's
be
great.
like, yeah, but it doesn't really matter that likes, but like it really affects you, and you shouldn't really care about that.
Mhm.
So like, why should you even have it?
That's why you have
Yeah.
a private account. Go follow.
No.
I'm just add in my.
No, but
Instagram here.
I don't actually believe in private accounts either. Like, I mean,
You don't?
no, personally, like I mean, if you want to have a private account
Mhm.
just for yourself and your friends, sure. But if you want to actually have the full social media experience, I don't believe in having a private account.
I have a private account.
I
and
know,
this-
but
but I only have it because it's kind of creepy knowing that a random stranger can go
Yeah.
into your account
no, but
and stalk pictures of you
No, but
from
think
when you
about
were
it.
like the 6th grade. And I'm like, I only want people I know to see those pictures.
No, but Alex,
True.
think about it. If we make the parallel of social media in real life, right? Anyone could see you in the street.
Yeah, anyone can see me, but only close friends can come over to my house and see my baby pictures.
That's why you don't post them.
Well,
Bro, but you wanted to draw the equivalent
No, but
of
I mean,
it being in
only
the
on your
society.
private account. Okay,
Your
Fair
friends,
enough,
are the
fair
only
enough.
people that can see like past pictures of you.
Wait, why do you post on social media? Because you want to share something, right?
Yeah.
And you want to share it to
The people that you care
to a
about.
specific group, right? Of people.
You don't have to
Which is-
send everyone an individual text message of like, "Hey, look at what I did
Exactly.
today."
No, but it's having a private account is pretty much as the equivalent of having a
It
group
gives you
chat.
security. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
It's a group chat.
No,
like,
but it's not- it's not the
I
same
get
'cause
the,
you
I
It's a
get,
group of people that see
Yeah,
your
yeah.
content,
like,
right?
I get
It's
the
closed
reference.
off, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, if you're public, that's just I don't know. Like for me personally, like, I know like the Ace of Hearts stuff is public.
No, yeah, but
Yeah,
my,
yeah,
my
yeah.
account, my personal account is public as well.
Yeah, well, I don't know why though, because I don't
Why
know.
you think no one wants to see that?
Oh, yeah,
Wow.
your words, not mine. Your words, not mine.
Okay, fair enough.
But no, like I don't know. I just don't like. Yeah, sure. Like like famous people that are public. Yeah, I get that. But me being a random 17-year-old boy in Gothenburg, why do people even need to know that I exist?
Okay, first of all, I get that. For example, like Nick, I mean, your account is not really personal. Like it's also like business related. You do promote Ace of Hearts
Sure, I
and
do.
stuff, and it's like okay, you can promote it to your friends and stuff, but I mean, if you post it, to your friends like multiple times, it gets kind of repetitive, right? But if like other people can see like your posts and stuff, then it's kind of like promotion, right? You promote
fair enough.
your content, right? But for example, like Alex and me, I keep my personal account like personal, like my stuff. It's like I don't have anything to
Oh,
promote.
Okay, yeah. For those who are listening and can't see the video because it's too far, he's showing me his account.
I have a total of maybe like what, 15 pictures.
It says right there.
But by the way,
14.
David,
14. Yeah.
David,
See, that's how much I'm on Instagram.
this is an old Ace of Hearts phone case, by the way. If you want
Really?
to see it, yeah, it
Mm.
is.
Cool.
No joke.
for
Okay.
free.
No.
No,
Yeah.
but then like if you go into let's see, Nick's.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go into Nick's account. Then Nick Gonsalves, entrepreneur, founder,
Okay,
Ace of
yeah.
Hearts,
Yeah, you
co-founder,
see-
podcast idea. Like you're trying, like you are kind of like trying to go for like kind of public figure
exactly,
thing.
exactly.
I guess
where
so.
you, like
It's yeah,
you
it's
you're
similar.
like here you're open about like okay look this is what I'm doing like follow my life kind of thing like posting Ace of Hearts
Yeah.
posting what you've done like what you're doing is more of like a public figure trying to be an influencer type of account compared to maybe mine where I'm just like hey I did some fun
Yeah.
I did some fun shit just
Just
if
so
want
you
to
know.
so you know like I went to Spain this week fuck you
Yeah. For
Different
informa-
objectives.
oh, nice.
I get that. But
Nick's gonna
guys,
beat your
guys,
ass.
guys, getting back to
Yeah, just don't.
I'm-
Yeah, no.
Come on.
Hey, Nick.
they just dropped a bag of like those pretzel sticks.
we flipped it
Okay, can I have
Alex
a,
did.
Can I have
Excuse
a
me.
less pretzel stick?
I mean, there's like.
Let me just finish my point. Okay, great pretzel sticks, by the way. Hey, guys, focus. Come on.
Yep.
No, I wanted just to get back to the likes discussion. What really?
Okay, let's discuss
Okay.
these lights.
No, not lights, likes.
Oh, lights. It's a light.
God. Okay.
All right, let's start off Austin. Fuck. I can't even
Lights.
talk anymore. Okay, go
Alright,
ahead, Nick.
Yeah, okay.
100.
Yeah, I think I gave you guys too much cold brew before. But by the way, not sponsored, but sponsored at the same time. I make great cold brew. And
How's
we're
that
all
sponsored? Because you
Hey,
made it
hey,
yourself.
hey,
That's homemade.
cheers.
Yeah.
Alexander.
Sponsored means that you get paid for it. Therefore, this is not sponsored.
Does it
Sponsored by your parents.
Sponsored
Or,
by
I
the
guess.
at Ace of Hearts store, everybody.
Yeah,
Go
it's
in and buy a
Ace of
t-shirt.
Hearts cold brew. Okay.
Sure. Let's put it
Sure.
that way.
Go ahead,
Sure.
go ahead with that.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, the point I wanted to make is that do you think it's a question for you guys? Do you think that social media and the likes aspect of social media is inevitable, or it just came by chance? Like, do you think that it would happen anyway, even if it was in another form because of the information age? Oh my god, what a mess
Yeah,
you guys did
no.
there.
Don't.
Wait, Alex.
look- like-
excuse me, Alex.
Yeah?
Yeah, he made that mess.
Oh, I
Don't
like
blame
saying-
it on me.
Sebastian. Yeah, Sebastian made this mess by not
Blame it on
taking them
Sebastian.
away.
Wait, is it trying to turn on his mic?
Like-
Okay, Sebastian.
Yeah.
yeah,
Do you guys want to know what people think about TikTok?
Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Go ahead. Just
Love
maybe
to.
speak a little bit closer to the microphone.
Okay. TikTok is filled with the most idiot kids trying to out the latest fads and trying to pretend to be
Yes.
famous.
Accurate.
So true.
100%
Oh,
oh
accurate.
my god.
Wait. The users are god awful and sing and act like degenerate Neanderthals, excluding their facial hair. It's not just
Oh
the
my
kids.
god.
They choose songs that I'm pretty sure give me 3 extra chromosomes and 14
Oh my
From
god.
Quora.
That is harsh. Where are you reading this from?
Quora.
Oh, of course it's Quora.
And 14 tumors in my brain. Paralysis.
Only 14.
Oh, yeah.
Oh god.
Only.
No, paralysis from my waist up, including my brain, and type 3 diabetes.
That
And
is
enough
harsh,
genetics
man.
mutation to sprout an extra arm.
Would not like
Who wouldn't
Okay.
like an extra arm?
me. I would not like an extra arm.
Me neither.
I'm joking, man.
2 extra arms though.
That's the
No,
shit.
That would be some shit.
Guys, think of that question that I asked you guys. Do you think it's inevitable that we would think of likes in this way and we
Yeah.
would actually
But look, you can take away likes
Do
on
that.
Instagram, but you can still comment.
No, because like this is just
Well,
like,
hey, I like
I
this.
believe that social media is just like an intensification of what if that makes sense of like life before even like it seems so new because it's different, right? And because it's recent, but in a way, you had the same effect when people just compare themselves to other people outside of social media. It's just that you have a bigger reach now, right? More communication.
But you
What
have
do you
to.
think about that?
I agree with you, but you also have to see the negative side of the likes.
Mm.
Like for
No, I'm not saying it's a good thing.
no, I know. But you came at it with a neutral approach, but there are the good sides.
Fair
Like,
enough.
oh yeah, I like this, so I want to be able to like show them I like it.
Yeah.
But then social media is also the cyberbullying, the excluding people from like your private meme account, like some stuff. You can still like I don't know. There are bad things about social media, and they're like it's inevitable. Like, sure, you exclude people in real life, and therefore, your social media is just kind of an extension of your life.
Mm.
So
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, like you don't always get along with everyone, but there are the good sides and there are the bad sides. It's that with
Just
everything.
like normal life. It's just that
It's-
Yeah.
I see a lot of people. Well, I hear about a lot of people that think of it as a different thing, right? Which is a problem that we shouldn't have, like because it just brings a whole um, like bunch of other problems with it. But just like you said, because it's an extension, it's just a range of problems that we already have in another form.
Yeah. What do you guys think if comments and likes wouldn't exist? What do you think social or
I don't
Instagram
know.
would
I
be
don't
like?
know
I
about
don't think it would
Maybe
be
comments.
as
dead.
popular.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
think it would be as
pretty dead,
popular.
to be
No,
honest.
yeah, exactly.
Maybe
Like,
not completely, but
Yeah.
not as
because rating is
popular.
something that we always do,
Yeah.
regardless of social media or not. It's just that that is an easier way for us to communicate that to other people, for the good and for the bad.
Yeah, like you can let's let's be honest here. You've been with a group of friends. Like
Okay.
if you see like someone that looks really good, guy or girl, you just like 1 out of 10. You'd
One
most
out of
likely
10?
you'd say
Did you say 1 out of 10?
I mean, 10 out of-
one or like 1 to 10. Like,
Okay,
huh.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like
you
you
rate them.
Yeah, you rate them.
Okay.
But you rate everyone in life. You can see a movie, you're like, rate.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
like what? 3, 4 major rating apps. IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes. Like even the newspaper starts rating things now.
Yep.
And-
Not starting now.
No,
It's
not starting
done,
now, but like they do, but they like
no, but
they
it's
actually
it's a
they
human
posted
thing,
even
right?
more. Like the rating from newspaper is sometimes even shown on the poster for a movie. Like,
Mm.
hey, we
True.
got it from Aftonbladet, 3 out of 5, or like from GP 4 out of 5. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
they rate, and I just think it's the human way, and like, yeah,
it's a whole nother conversation that, of course, does relate to this. But when you see that as a person, like in a movie, because you think of authority, right? I think we talked about ethos the other day.
Yeah, we did.
You because you have that feeling that, oh yeah, I trust the source, then it must be good, right? But at the same time, with that comes the problem that if I don't see it for myself, then how can I know for sure? What do you guys think?
I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't really listening. to
Yeah.
it.
Come on.
You lost me. I'm gonna be
You did
honest.
lose me.
No, but you
You
remember
never
what-
found me.
Oh, come on,
Okay.
Alex. Okay, let me go through this again. Ethos. You remember that, right?
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, we talked about this the other day. But if you see a poster for a movie, just like you said, and you see that a newspaper that you trust wrote about it, you're more likely to watch that movie.
Yep.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
do you think that that is enough to judge a movie just by your trust to other people?
No.
What if you have to see it
I mean,
for
I
yourself?
think it depends from per.
Oh my god!
It's all about perspective. You're gonna first of all, you're
Person to
gonna use
person.
yeah, it's person to person. First of all, what you're gonna do is okay. For example, great example, the new Joker movie.
Okay.
It's going according to IMDb right now. It's the highest rated movie IMDb has
Okay.
ever had. It beat The Shawshank Redemption. It beat The Key to Free. Like it beat.
Yeah,
it beat
Shawshank was the biggest one
yeah,
before, right?
and it has beaten it right now. But the movie hasn't been released yet. So that has hyped people up more than ever. However, the IMDb scales are going to tip as users, like individuals, start rating the movie as well.
Mhm.
So it will get people more likely to watch the movie, but I don't think that it's going to decide the person's mind, because a person is still a person with an individual. They know what they like. The
Mhm.
individual knows what they like to see, and therefore, yeah, they can get hyped to watch something, but in the end, at the end of the day, the person is still going to know whether they liked it or they didn't like it. So that's kind of why I think that, yeah, what you're saying is kind of true, but still, at the end of the day, ratings are gonna kind of break it down if the person is even going to be there to judge it. Because if a movie has a bad rating, the chance of a person going to watch it is even lower.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. But the conversation then becomes: do you have to watch the movie for yourself to believe it's good or not, or do you just, or is it good to just trust the authority? Because like
But
you can
it's not the authority. It's
no,
not
but
the government
not
posting
no
this.
no no
It's
I
just a person
no, but
that owns a
authority.
company.
The authority, what I mean is just like someone that you trust. Okay,
Yeah.
that's just it.
I
Here's
mean, like if you want to, like, let's say it's like movie night or something, right? You want to choose a movie.
Yeah.
Okay, you might want to go after their opinion. It's like, okay, it's like an average. This got like, 8.5 stars, and this movie got like 6, and you might want to choose, the first option. But if you truly want to like know if like how like what you would rate the movie, like
we don't look at ratings at all.
yeah, I think you
Yeah.
should watch the movie, without reading any other reviews, and
because
just watch it and decide for
I'm
yourself at the end.
I'm gonna be honest. I've gone on to Netflix and I've gone to like the lowest rating movies, and yeah, the majority of them are total shit. But
Yeah.
some of them are actually kind of funny. So I think that what you should do is like what David said: you watch a movie and then afterwards you can check what was rated. But sometimes, yeah, if for example you're going on, let's say, a date, you're not gonna want to choose a badly rated movie if you want it to be like successful. You're gonna go like, or if you want to go to a restaurant, you're actually gonna check. Oh, this is a good restaurant to bring someone to. This might,
Yeah. At the same time, it's hard to generalize this to anything, right?
But not-
let me give you another example. All right. Uh, if you want to know if some scientific theory is right, okay? No. Okay. Okay.
no,
Go.
but we're talking about general opinion.
No,
we're
I
not
know.
talking about science.
No. I know. But like, look, you don't know shit about that topic. At least not as much as the people testing it, right? But how can you say you trust it without seeing it? Or the other side, do you have to see it for yourself, right? See it for yourself to trust that.
Okay, I'm gonna just put this right out here. Let's talk about this scientific theory.
Uh-huh.
The person probably testing this theory is a scientist,
Yeah.
most likely with a PhD.
Well, what
Right?
if they had an agenda? I'm just
Oh,
look.
no,
I'm
yeah,
not, I'm,
sure.
I'm just going against you.
They
just
can
for the
have an
sake of it.
agenda. They can have an agenda, but that is still different from a publicly like a restaurant or a movie, which is still highly opinion based.
Yeah.
Because it's based upon what type of food do you like, what type of movie do you like. Do you like a comedy? You might not like a high rated action movie
Mhm.
as much as a high rated comedy movie. So now you're taking in two different discussions. Now you're taking in something that has with some sort of motive to like kind of trick you versus something that's completely opinion
Wait, but
based.
how does science and like personal opinion go together?
You could not.
Wow.
Okay, I couldn't
Beautiful.
just see that. No, okay, just some context. Sorry, guys, to cut you, but Sebastian just like wrote on his like a. What was that page?
Oh yeah,
Page.
even
Yeah.
more
On his
even more
computer.
context. Sebastian has a big test tomorrow that he wants to study to.
Me too, by
Study
the way.
for.
Yeah.
Well, Nick, no one really cares if you fail or not. Everyone cares if Sebastian fails or doesn't.
Okay.
I can't fail, guys. I don't want to go in the military.
Oh my god.
That became dark.
Oh, that is sad. Okay.
yeah,
I have my test before you, Sebastian. Okay, I should be more worried.
So he's just gonna give you all the answers.
You studied, I didn't.
Oh,
Oh.
who told you I studied?
You.
You.
No, I didn't.
How were you gonna help me if you didn't study?
I didn't actually study yet.
Okay.
I listened in class.
What? It's true. What?
Bro.
Okay. Okay, so moving on with our very interesting.
Wait. What I yeah,
Yeah, you were
exactly.
saying
ju-
something.
yeah,
Sorry.
that's pretty disrespectful, Nick. Yeah,
I'm
Nick.
sorry. David.
Yeah, no, I was
My
kidding.
apologies, man.
Yep.
You
All right.
better be.
Yeah.
Alex,
Alright,
you're the guest.
How
okay?
does how does science and opinion come together? Isn't it like science like facts and stuff?
Yeah,
Like based on facts? It's like how can you rate
Then
something?
it's
Like
a
a theory
whole
is like
nother.
Look,
6 out of
fact
10,
and
you
faith.
know?
That's it. It's fact, and then there's faith. Because you have faith in the people rating this that yeah they're gonna be
Mhm.
honest, but then science is based on fact.
Yeah,
Like,
it doesn't matter
this
if you have a
is
PhD
data.
or not.
so
here,
it's
you're
facts,
here,
you know?
Wait,
and
look.
here.
Like, is
Listen.
the theory like true or false? You know, you
Uh-huh.
can't say, yeah, it's like 7 out of 10. It works sometimes. You know, it's like
That's not
no.
Yeah, like a theory, it can be a theory. However, yes, we know.
He
Thank
just
you,
said 5
Sebastian.
minutes left. Yes, we
Actually,
have 5
it's
minutes.
actually
3:30.
Sebastian,
3:30, yeah.
we have a timer on the TV, you know, right? Yeah.
Okay, look, because there's faith. There's faith in the like people rating. That's gonna be good. But then there's fact. The fact is that with a scientist, if it's an actual real theory,
Mm.
with or without agenda, that theory should be able to be tested by different types of scientists, and you will still
Get the
get
same,
the same
Yeah.
result.
but
Yeah.
not with
Peer-
rating.
You're
for
talking
example,
about peer review,
movies.
right?
Yeah, but yeah, because that's a review of fact.
Yeah.
If I do a scientific lab and I give these results to, let's say, David, and he recreates the lab,
Yeah.
and he gets something completely else, and then he gives it to someone else. But the
Yeah.
majority is this like.
Yeah,
No,
science
average
is
answer
not
is the same.
objective. That's the thing. It's not
But then
listen,
you
objective.
get to
Alex.
movies and restaurants where it's gonna be, well, David likes maybe McDonald's, but I would like Burger King. That is completely
Yeah.
dependent on the individual, which is the same with movies. Which is why you bringing up a scientist with an agenda does not really fit into the conversation.
Okay.
I think we
No,
roasted Nick enough.
No,
Go ahead, Nick.
the whole conversation now becomes about if there is such a thing as an objective truth. Do you believe in it? You're talking about
Objective
facts.
truth.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't really get what you
Yeah,
mean.
the microphone.
I know. I kind of know what you mean, but
Wait, can you explain yourself?
object. Do you know what the word objective means?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's basically that the truth, your truth
Mm-hmm.
versus my truth.
Okay.
So your truth is that Burger King is the real best restaurant. My truth is that McDonald's is the best
Yeah,
restaurant.
when you say something is subjective, is that it depends on the person. When it's objective, it doesn't. It should
Yeah.
be the same.
Yeah, I know what
to
it means.
everybody,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
You got it.
thanks.
So that's kind of the thing, that an objective truth. Yeah, there are some things that have an objective
Yeah,
truth.
but the objective truth is different for everybody.
Yeah. Well, no, well,
Yeah, then-
no,
then-
no, I would
but
know.
Then,
No.
Then you get to do conversation.
no,
And-
because here's the objective truth. The objective truth is that school benefits the person.
Mm-hmm.
That's an objective truth.
Okay, yeah.
School
alright.
benefits a person in general. In general,
Oh,
maybe
okay.
not every person.
And
But
if
the
it's
ob-
not every person, then it's not objective
No,
anymore.
I
No,
mean,
no,
but
but-
it
but-
depends like to a certain level, you know?
To a certain level.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. And the level is not the same for
objectivity-
everybody.
You have to go to school to understand the basics of like what's going on in society and like how society works.
Mhm.
However, you don't need to continue your studies into high school or uni. That's
Yeah, but
complete.
we
That's
might-
an
I
that's an
understand where
individual
you're coming
choice.
from. Yeah.
We might share a similar subjective truth, but it's probably not, or
It's all
not
based on
this-
one objective truth. It's the subjective truth. Like for example, the objective truth is you need food to survive. You need water to survive. That's an objective truth. It's the same for everybody. But when you start getting into a subjective truth about movies or restaurants or religion, like that's a completely
Mhm.
different discussion than the objective truth. So I think that would be better to bring up like in a
Yeah, no,
completely different episode when we don't have 15 seconds left before Sebastian
no,
cuts off
it's-
the
it's
camera.
Fine. We can have some more minutes. Don't worry, Sebastian. Yeah, he's nodding.
He's not happy.
Not
He's
at
here,
all.
he's shaking his head, pointing fucking to Nick. He's like,
starting to
"What are you
shake.
doing?"
Alright.
No, he's cussing at us. Okay, thank you, Sebastian.
You're welcome.
What? Yeah, no, but I think that that's a very interesting conversation because, like, yeah, we can say that there is an objective truth to us, right? What if we then find out it's completely different? to
Wait,
something
what?
else.
Wait. Give an example of what
Oh.
you're talking about. Because now you're making it
It's-
sound
Wait,
like a
objective
sub-
truth. So
it's
if I
so
have
general, I
objective
know.
truth, right? It's like I can't just find out. Like, whoa, like, that's not true.
no, okay.
What do you
Let's
mean?
do an objective truth in today's society would be that the
It's
Earth.
personal opinion.
Objective truth is not a personal opinion. Objective truth is, for example,
But
let's
it's
see, the Earth rotates around the sun, not the other way around, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
That's an objective truth.
Mhm.
However, a subjective truth would be that the Earth is round, because that's not something everyone believes.
yeah.
No,
Okay.
but then you can look. No. Just listen up. Listen up. You can say the same thing about the Earth rotates around the sun or not, because then
yeah.
someone else can just say that's subjective to me, right?
Okay.
And someone else could
Okay, I
say
guess-
that the,
Okay,
the
wait,
Earth
wait.
is round.
Okay, I have
that's
a,
objective
here,
to me.
Here I have a better example. Objective truth: boiling water will burn you. Objective, because it will. I pour boiling water on you, you're gonna get burned, right?
Okay. What
Right?
if you have protection?
I'm
No,
talking about
okay. I get it. I'm joking.
straight on skin. However, subjective truth is, does it feel good or not? Like some,
I
like
think
getting being
Okay.
in warm water. For example, me, I like a really hot shower,
hmm
but that's subjective. Or like, let's say, David likes a really warm shower, but I hate it, and I love an ice bath, but he doesn't. That's our own
Mhm.
subjective truth. That
I-
what we like and don't like. The objective truth is something that is a fact. This is a fact to 100%.
I think the hard thing is when you try to create objective truths about general things, like the more specific that you get, the easier it is to make it objective. Like if you say, I will get burned from boiling water in this specific condition, being myself.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
okay.
very specific,
true,
and
true.
then
Yeah.
you can test it, right?
Mm.
And I'm gonna just say one thing to that. I'm gonna just say this is a great conversation that we should, and I'd love to come back and continue this conversation.
We can do that.
But we should maybe cut it off now, so we let our dear Sebastian go and study for his physics test.
And Nick.
No, it's fine, Sebastian. Don't worry.
So thank you for having me.
No,
I'll
come on,
be
Alex.
Pleased with coming back.
Yeah. No, we will for sure continue this conversation because this is something I actually been wanting to talk about for a while, about objective truths and stuff. I know it's very TOK-ish for those who know what TOK is, right,
One
Sebastian?
drop of sand plus another drop of sand.
What is that?
Is that really 2 piles of sand?
How can we say
How do we
what-
know what we know?
Yeah. How can we say what we know that we know?
TOK is total BS, guys.
Okay.
All right, thanks
Alexander,
for tuning in.
Thank you for coming here, talking about left core and talking about objective truth and about rating and about social media and all
And
of
TikTok.
that. TikTok, Visco girls, all of that.
Yep.
Hey.
Yeah, let's not start
Okay,
that.
guys.
All right.
What?
Thanks for
we're
tuning
gonna stop right here. We're most likely gonna continue this conversation, but thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.
Bye.
Ayup and a skis.